Just a quick update. Being up in the Idlewild Woods, basically eastern part of Tennessee. So, as most of you know, I love my dogs, and I've had dogs most of my life. So, Miss Belle, and I'm not going to do a picture of her. She has not eaten in about 3 days. Starting to drop weight. She's throwing up. Honestly, I actually should be the one putting a bullet in her head and putting her down. I can't do that. I just, she's been too much part of my life. It's like she tore apart my living room and destroyed pillows and couches. And uh, so I've had her for, she's been part of my life for almost 20 years. About 8 years ago, we put down Max. And the only reason we did that is he was starting to have convulsions. Max was this little tiny chihuahua that was big as life. I loved him. He, one of the things I used to do with him is I would like kind of tuck him in here. And no, so you guys, yeah, I actually have. So, not in the birthday suit. Did it freeze? It did. Son of a bitch. Hello? I have no idea what happened on that one. So with Max, he was an applehead Chihuahua, and to get him to settle down, and I had him since he was about 3 years old. He got to be about 18 years old. He was just kind of like settled right here, and just like you'd hear that, and just like fall asleep. And I love that about Max. When we put Max down, that was one of the hardest decisions I've ever had to make. I had a doctor come over, and we had a really good vet. Actually came over to the house. We were sitting on the porch, and I felt Max do that. One more time. I'm not sure how I'm going to handle Miss Bell. We thought she was going to be going down about a year ago, but she's held on. She has not eaten for about 3 days. She's stored up everything. And I'm just trying to keep her cool and know that she's loved. She is a very special girl. It's like every one of the dogs that we have is a very special girl. I don't mean to be so heavy on Grumpy Grandpas, but I've got 4 dogs running in my pack at any one time. Sometimes 5. Um, Belle's gonna be a hard egg. It's like I've had her since she was about 3 months old, and she's now 13, 14, and she's failing. She's not eating. This hurts, but I also know that she's contributed to my life. So, like I said, this is a live video. We'll be doing some more videos on normal Grumpy Grandpa Garage. We don't have data transfer. We just got power this weekend. Still don't have Wi-Fi. Homesteading's hard, but then you're also dealing with the personal stuff. The stuff that actually hits your heart. And my dogs hit my heart. They are just everything to me. And it's like, we've got cats, and they could pretty much care less. Dogs, they just want to please. And Belle has been in my life for almost 20 years. I'm going to be very sorry to see her go. I'm glad that she made it up to Iowa Woods. We were prepared to bury her and put her down a year ago, 2 years ago, when we were still down in Hazel Green. And I'm glad we didn't. I'm glad she got to see this, but she's not eating anything. She's throwing everything up, including water. I'm not quite sure how I'm going to deal with this. I know my wife will be very supportive because she loves Belle. I just, I don't know what to do with it. It's like, I love my pups. So, I'm sorry if this is a downer as a live video, um, but, guys that have dogs, kind of understand. Like, they're not children, but they're part of your emotional setup. They set up, and so when I was going through my divorce with my first wife, like Belle was very, very supportive of me, and she knew when I was feeling down, and she would come up and just kind of snuggle on me. So that's what I'm trying to do with her. It's not good with her, and I'm glad she made it up out of Wild Woods. But I'm thinking within the next month or so, if not less, I'm gonna have to put her down. I did contemplating putting a glue in her head because that's the most honest thing. It's like a quick shot. Not gonna do that. I just can't. She's one of my kids, and so what I'm gonna be doing is when it comes time, I'm gonna talk to my doctor, the dog doctor, our vet, and we'll do a very peaceful put down, and she'll be buried on property. I hate saying that, but she's getting to that point. She has not told me yet, so that's the whole thing. It's like when she tells me it's time, I will pay attention to her. Right now, she goes, "I'm just feeling a little bit bad, Dad," but it still made me think about that. So life is short. Parents, dogs, children, you, all of that. Just pay attention to the things around you and don't become an NPC. That's one of the worst things you can do. It's like I never want to have a dog once they tell me it's time to go beyond that time. I've done that once, and that was partly the family that I had at that point was not ready to let go of that dog, that person. Dogs are people. Granted, they're a bit stupider and they kind of pay attention a little bit more, but they are people. So, just kind of a word to the wise. It's like, sorry to have a downer for a live video, but I'm really sad that my puppy of almost 20 years is starting to go. Actually, she's almost gone. As a responsible person, I need to pay attention to her wishes. She has not told me yet that it is time to go. She's still holding on. She's just, hey, I've been late for 3 days. Yeah, I'm throwing up for 3 days. Yeah, I'm eating grass for 3 days. It's getting worse and worse. Never mind the people across the street on the sound. I will miss Belle. She has been an awesome dog. Miss Pickle and Mishka definitely have like filled in them, although they realize that if they get grumpy at Miss Belle, like there's some repercussions. And she will take them apart and they won't even know what's coming to them. Because like I've seen it a couple times and she basically just shut them down. And honestly, I sort of appreciate that. It's like she's got rights. So we'll do. So I'll do a breakfast with a couple eggs and some sausage. So there's a little bit left over. And both Mishka and Pickle are like going and saying, hey, I like that. And I said, guess what? It goes to Pickle. And they leave her alone. I'm sorry, it goes to Belle and they leave her alone. So I'm just saying, I really hate the fact that we have these dogs in our lives that are so much part of us, and when we get 8 to 20 years with them, and we live 80 to 120, it's just not fair. Anyway, we got some more videos coming up. I'm sorry for the slow uploads. Wi-Fi and file transfer is kind of a bitch at this point. We just got power last week. Still don't have Wi-Fi. So, doing some live stuff. Hope you guys enjoy it. Hit that like, subscribe, notify, blah, blah, blah. Whatever. Get off my lawn.